Ford Endeavour 4x4 automatic is all muzzle. At over 5 meters in length, it takes up quite a bit of road space. The old school boxy body on a pickup truck chassis gives it a macho look. But is it really worth over 20 lakh rupees? On tarmac, the Endeavour is not the best behaved as the leaf spring suspension gives it a fairly stiff ride. Fast cornering does induce a fair amount of body roll. But the smooth 5-speed automatic transmission mated to the 3-litre 154 bhp diesel engine with 380 Nm of torque makes driving the Endeavour a breeze. Driving the Ford Endeavour 4x4 automatic is a relatively easy affair because the automatic transmission makes it very easy to drive this car and you really don't have to shift gears or anything. So in city traffic and out on the highway, you really don't have much to do other than just hold the steering wheel. At speeds below 80 km an hour, the engine returns to idle every time you step off the throttle. This is supposed to help in fuel economy, but can put plenty of pressure on the brakes. Fuel economy is just about 10 km to the litre. But take the Endeavour off-road and you begin to appreciate the high ground clearance and sturdy suspension setup. The Endeavour has an electric shift part-time 4-wheel drive system with both high and low ratios. Still, its 2-ton curb weight works against it, especially in sand where it requires momentum. Of course, when you give it the momentum it begs for, you get some thrilling moments off-road, and the robust suspension soaks it all up.
Now the Ford Endeavour 4x4 automatic that we are driving is a pretty versatile vehicle. It can travel very easily on highways as well as take you off-road. But it doesn't have a lot of equipment which you would expect a vehicle at this price range to actually have.
You don't get things like climate control, steering audio controls or height adjustable seats. ABS and 2 airbags are standard. For infotainment you get a roof-mounted DVD player instead and a touchscreen GPS-enabled Bluetooth music system that looks a bit like an aftermarket add-on. A reverse camera and power folding mirrors top off the short gizmo list.
Now the rear seat of the Endeavour feels very comfortable because of the leather that's been used over here. But under-thigh support for taller people would be a problem because of the high floor. And there's no center armrest, so it's best suited actually for just 2 people in the rear rather than 3.
Now the third row in the Endeavour is what I call the meditation row, because a comfortable position to sit is actually cross-legged like this. Because if you sit with your feet this way, your knees are really high up and you really can't sit on long journeys this way. Now the Endeavour has plenty of boot space because even with all 3 rows of seats in place, you still have place for some luggage. The Endeavour 4x4 automatic is one of the easiest SUVs to drive, although the high bonnet does restrict visibility a bit. Its robust suspension setup and high torque help it get through any kind of terrain in air-conditioned comfort without even having to take your hands off the wheel. If you are the kind of buyer who wants to see your money's worth in sheer physical size and brute strength, the Endeavour makes sense, though you'll be making a few compromises in comfort and features.